Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we are on video number 1 out of 2 that's coming for you today, where I am going to give you a double upload. We will get through the news and what has happened throughout the first part of the day. Later on tonight we will wrap up whatever has gone down from now up until then. Don't forget we are in the last 10 days of the transfer window now, so things are going to kick off left, right and centre as we approach deadline day. And we also look forward to the next Premier League weekend. However, before we get cracking on video number 1, make sure to head over here to Shootout, myself and George Benson's brand new football channel, where we discuss in this video that I'm pointing to right now, the thoughts and reaction to the Premier League weekend in general that has just gone by, and including Arsenal versus Crystal Palace that took place last night, where Arsenal got a 1-0 win. We go through all of our thoughts and also checking out our predictions to see if we were right or we were wrong. So head over there and have a look. Make sure to hit the subscribe button over there, much appreciated, thank you all so much. And also hit the subscribe button here to be here for video number 2, and to be notified, hit that notification bell. Don't forget all of that. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this. Check out the socials, they are on screen for you right now and in the description. Much appreciated. Give us a follow. Let's get cracking. I am going to talk about something that I've mentioned once and I didn't think it would go anywhere, I'll be honest. But here we are. Here we are. So Chelsea have an interest, and now it's looking like it's turning into an approach, and we are going to be moving for this player. And at first I was quite hesitant, and I wouldn't say against it, but I was feeling, nah, this could be too much money for something that we're not probably going to get compensated for. However, we're going to go into detail. Let's dive into the detail. Let's see exactly what this is about. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Here's the latest on Chelsea's move for Balogun. Chelsea make a bold transfer pressed for Balogun. Go into more detail from Fraser Fletcher, saying Chelsea share a strong and positive relationship with Balogun agents as previously reported. The striker's reps also represent Romeo Lavia. Just to let you know as well, their agent represents Saka, Bukayo Saka too. So it's a nice little profile they got over there. Anyway, or portfolio, should we say. But here's more. Nizar Kinsella says Chelsea have sounded out Arsenal's Balogun over a potential summer move. Mauricio Pochettino is weighing up which profile of forward is needed, with Brennan Johnson among those in the list. Now, this is a weird one. It's a weird one. Why? Because I understand Chelsea right now, we need a number 10 and someone that can also play on the right-hand side. Someone that can do both is probably best. Now, Brennan Johnson is apparently one of those players that we seem to be interested in, although it's been nothing more than interest at the moment. However, with Balogun is a striker. He's an in-and-out 9. And when I started to, well, we all started to hear about the potential fee that it could cost for us to get Balogun from Arsenal, because he plays for Arsenal. He's been at Arsenal since he was 8 years old, right? He is basically their academy boy. He's an hell end boy. Like we have our Cobham boys, he's a hell end boy. So in terms of the fee, they're asking, it seems like, in the region of £50 million. I heard that at first and I was like, come on. Someone who's not played a senior competitive minute, right, for Arsenal. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's made 2 appearances for Arsenal in the first team, but I don't know if those were friendlies or... But anyway, that's basically it. 50 million. However, I looked at it from that perspective, and I was like, that's a lot of money. I don't think that's worth the risk. But when you start to look into the detail, and you start to look at what kind of player is he? Who is he? Who is he? What is it that our scouts have seen that warrant us to move for an approach like this for Balogun? And even with Arsenal quoting things like 50 million, we're still interested? Why? I decided to go and do some digging. And I decided to go and not just look at some compilations on YouTube, right? Even though his compilations look good because he has scored goals. Any compilation's got to look good if you have put the ball in the net, right? That's just the reality. But I decided to go and look at his history from when he was in the youth team up until now. And I have to say, I was surprised. I was surprised at his goal return. His goal return spoke volumes. So when I looked at what he had done for Arsenal under 18s and also Arsenal under 21s, right? So we got to differentiate. He went on loan to Middlesbrough and he also went on loan to Reims. Reims in France, he was out there last season in Ligue 1. When you look at all of those, his goal return actually raises quite a few eyebrows. I'll read them out to you now. Arsenal under 18s, 41 matches, 38 goals. Arsenal under 21s, 62 matches, 37 goals. 10 assists, might I add. For Reims, 39 games, 22 goals. You know, for Arsenal, first team, it seems like, actually, no, I was wrong. He's played 10 games and 2 goals. But when you look overall, in Premier League 2, which is the same league that we got Chukwuemeka from. Chukwuemeka was at Aston Villa and playing for the under-21s, and he was playing Premier League 2. So it's the reserve league of the Premier League, basically, right, where all the under-21s play. And we got Chukwuemeka when he was playing as an Aston Villa under-21, if you remember. Now look at Chukwuemeka and how he's playing here. So it's not to say, just because they're from there, they're a write-off. They're not. At Premier League 2, 56 games, 34 goals. For Ligue 1, he finished as the fourth top goal scorer last season in Ligue 1 by getting those 21 goals in 37 games. It's a good return. Under 18 Premier League, he got 33 games, 33 goals. It's a really good return. When you look at the consistency on average from playing at the under 18s all the way up until now, going on loan, and even up until now he's back at Arsenal, it's consistent. So this is where I have to ask, and I think, okay, have we pinpointed something in terms of a quality that could help us? And are we willing to take the risk to pay 30 million? Now, the thing with Balogun that I also want to mention, which I think is key and as to why I think Chelsea are showing interest, is that he doesn't just play as an in-and-out striker. Even though that is his role, that is what he does. But he has had previous experience, not too much, but previous on the left wing and the right wing. This could be where Chelsea are looking at some versatility and going, he could be the guy. This could enable Nicholas Jackson to maybe drop into a 10. Can Nicholas Jackson play as a 10? Can Balogun play as a 10? Can they play up front together? This is where I think Chelsea's interest is coming from. He seems to be possibly ticking the boxes we need ticked. Attacking mid, forward, right wing, goals, assists. The thing is, he's not proven in terms of the highest level. But like I said, neither was Chukwuemeka. And we were using him and he was doing really well up until he got injured. So it's a case of, is 50 million worth it? That's the one thing that's sitting with me, where I think we could be spending 50 million and this could be the best buy, or it could be an absolute flop and we've just absolutely gone left. Like, it could go either way. It could go either way. And this is where I'm uncertain. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. I like what I see. I've seen the comps. I like what I see. I see the data. I like what I see. When you're looking at the goal average, he is on... The way that I look at it, a striker should always be, at minimum, 1 goal every 2 games. Minimum. If he's below that 1 goal every 2 games, I don't think he's worth it. If he's above that 1 goal every 2 games... Yes, you can't expect someone to score every single game. Those players that are getting 1 goal every game are Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi in their prime. So don't try and hit that expectation. It's not going to happen. 1 goal every 2 games, I think it's absolutely fair in terms of an average. He's hitting that. Actually, he's exceeding that, might I add. As a centre forward, throughout, in 131 matches, he has 85 goals and 20 assists. I can't ask more than that. So in terms of the interest, I understand the interest now. But should we actually go for him? For 50 mil? Could it be an investment worth it? Or is it 50 million down the drain? Let me know what you think down below. Because at first I was looking and going, Balogun? Really? Really? And now the digging's been done. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I do want to say this though. This isn't to say, okay, we've given up on Nicholas Jackson. I don't understand where this incentives come from. This opinion has come from. Why is it all of a sudden everyone's written off? Well, not everyone. There's a minority that are going around thinking Nicholas Jackson's written off. It's been 2 matches. It's been 2 matches, and like I said, yes, the goals haven't been there for the last 2 games, but Did you watch the last performance that we had? It was basically the entire team that were completely out of sorts. But Nicholas Jackson, in terms of a forward, compensating for Chukwuemeka's injury and no attacking midfield, I think done a stellar job. This isn't a case. People are going to use the comparison of Kai Havertz. No, Kai Havertz moved well at times. Yeah, we gave Kai Havertz 3 years to make an impact. We've given Nicholas Jackson 2 matches. Come on. And so far, Nicholas Jackson looks like a natural. So let's give him some games. But in terms of the squad having a Balogun there, yeah, now I have to be honest, I'm intrigued. So let me know down below. Should we do that? Should we not? Let me know. Now, as we did mention Carney Chukwuemeka, there's some good news. I wasn't expecting this. Now, I'm going to show you this and you're going to think, what? This isn't good news, but I'll explain why. Here it is. Carney Chukwuemeka sustained an injury to his left knee, and he already underwent surgery. Chelsea expect Carney to be out for 6 weeks. I said yesterday, I said in last night's video, if we get him out for 5 weeks, I will be laughing. Turns out it's 6 weeks. I'm laughing. That's fantastic. That's great news. I was honestly expecting him out for 5 or 6 months. Like I will say, I didn't say it, but I was expecting him gone beyond Nkunku. For the way that he was moving, the way he was looking, I was like, nah, this guy is finished for half the season, at minimum. Turns out he's out for 6 weeks. Great news. Great news, because bearing in mind, in those 6 weeks, we have an international break. So that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Speedy recovery, Carney Chukwuemeka. Good luck. Can't wait to have you back. And it brings the panic down. 6 weeks, cool. We can manage. We can manage. We can manage. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in relation to that. Glad it's only 6 weeks. And the last story is about Lewis Hall. We've got news today. It's been unveiled. It's been made official. Here's the latest on Lewis Hall to Newcastle. Newcastle confirmed Lewis Hall has joined from Chelsea on a season-long loan with obligation to buy based on performance-related criteria. Hall says, I'm very proud. Me and my family are Newcastle fans. It's a big club and I can't wait to get started. Do you now see why it's not that big of a deal of letting him go to Newcastle? Bearing in mind, it is a loan with an option to buy, but the option is triggered into an obligation if the performance-related criteria has been met. So it's a bit of a complicated one. If Lewis Hall doesn't meet the target, Newcastle have the right to turn down the option and send him back to Chelsea. If he does trigger the performance-related criteria, at that point Newcastle have an option to trigger, that's technically an obligation. If he meets the performance-related criteria, basically Newcastle are now obligated to turn that loan into a permanent. So Newcastle have a vision of using him on a permanent if he meets his targets. Lewis Hall has a vision of hitting those performance-related criteria, knowing it's going to turn into a permanent move, and if he doesn't, he comes back to Chelsea. That's how it's been structured, which I think is fair. And some people are making a big deal, and I have to address this. I think it's ridiculous. Some people make it a big deal. Oh no, another academy one is gone. How have we allowed this to happen? And then some people think it's going to stop the development of players from the academy. What's this obsession that we have in trying to turn Chelsea into Cobham FC? They are players like everyone else that are developed, and if they're good enough, they make it into the team. Simple as that. When you look at the players that we actually have in the Chelsea first team or in the first team squad, when you look at a Reece James, for example, when you look at a Levi Colwill now, who's in the starting 11 and his performances are showing and his position is not budging. What, are we hindering the others? No, we're not. If you're good enough, you'll make it. If you're not good enough, or if the player himself wants to leave, then fair enough. An example is Tariq Lamptey. We were so hell-bent on keeping Tariq Lamptey, if you remember, going, oh my God, he's such an electric right-back. He needs to stay. All of a sudden we find out he wanted the move. Well, see you later, mate. Sorry. And why? Because Reece James was there. You can't have them all. You can't have them all. Lewis Hall, as he's mentioned from his own mouth, him and his family are Newcastle fans. They weren't going to turn this down. Good luck. Good luck. But the reality is, at left back, we have Chilwell, we have the backups in Cucurella and even Maatsen. In midfield, we got Lavia, we got Caicedo, we got Enzo, we've even got Santos. We've got players that are there, we're thinking, okay, look, this is something we can roll with for quite some time. You're not going to have everybody. If players are good enough and they make the impact and they show that they need to be kept right now, they will be kept right now. Simple as that. So Lewis Hall, I wish him the best. I really do, because I think he's a top player. I think his ceiling is very high. I think he'll smash it. Good luck at Newcastle. Good luck at Newcastle. And clearly he is a fan. He wants to move. I wish him nothing but happiness. Really do. But Chelsea will keep moving. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. So there we are. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to everything that I've discussed in this video. Starting off with Folarin Balogun. Your thoughts on his, on Chelsea going after him and trying to get him in, but the fee could be 50 million. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that move. Also, don't forget the Carney Chukwuemeka news. Let me know your thoughts down below. And do you think it's a long time or are we lucky? And Lewis Hall's departure to Newcastle that's made official. Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching. As I've said, do not forget to catch our Premier League roundup over on Shootout, where me and George give our thoughts of the entire weekend and go through our predictions, whether we were right or wrong. Make sure you're there for that. As I've said, I've left the link right here. Much appreciated. And do not forget on here to make sure you are here for video number 2 later on tonight, which is going to be dropping. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded that. And on top, don't forget to check out all the socials. They are on screen for you right now and in the description. Hit those links and give us a follow. Instagram, X, as it's called, and TikTok. Quite a lot of you are still not familiar that it's actually moved from Twitter to X. It's called X now. So I have to start referencing it as X. I might even change the graphic. It's blue. I might need to change it to black. Because that's X now. So yeah, make sure you're following on all platforms. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tonight for video number 2. Thank you so much, people. Have a good one. See you later. Take care and peace.